Hi guys, it's been a while since I've done a video. I've had some computer issues this summer, and it's been a busy summer doing other things too, so I haven't really had a lot of time for videos even if I did have a working computer. But I recently got a new one, so I'm able to get back on YouTube again. I've been watching videos on my phone, but haven't been able to make much, so um, hopefully with this computer this will be the first one I've made with it, but I mean it's brand new, so I shouldn't run into too many issues. I should get this uploaded without having any trouble, and I'll give you guys a quick tour of some of the little things I've worked on this summer and go from there. So let's take a look. So here's the first thing you'll notice is over by the farm here I've added a baseball field diamond in the middle of this farmer's field. So it's kind of inspired by Field of Dreams. It's a very good movie. And I wanted to add it to my farm field, so I built it. I had a template laid down, started putting landscaping on top of that, added a little bleacher, got some Woodland Scenics players. First pack arrived. Hopefully we get another pack soon. Put a little fence up, and there we go. So that's probably one of the biggest additions I've added, and I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out. And if you look at the farm, I think it looks pretty good. It's not to scale, it's a little smaller. It's probably about 2/3 the size of what it should actually be, but I think it looks pretty good, and I don't really think you can tell too much that it's that much smaller. So in reality, if I made it out to scale, first base would have been here. So, and that wouldn't have given me a lot of room for any outfield. So I decided to put it a little smaller than what it is in real life. Added it in. I think it looks great. Pretty happy with it. Kind of inspired by Field of Dreams. I wanted to have it on there. So that's the biggest addition in the last month or two. I've also added a little more depth to my scenery, but you probably won't notice it too much right away. And I've added some utility poles. I've got them in here all down the street, getting ready to put wiring up once I finish doing this field. And as you can see here, this field, I've got my crop started, and I've got my templates for what I'm going to put crop circles in. So I will put flat grass down in there and hopefully have some nice looking crop circles. You won't see the white, those are coming up. I'm just putting them there right now so I know not to put grass there. So once I get grass in all around it, I'll pull those up, lay down my flat grass, and have some crop circles. So then that should be, it's one of the last big things I'm doing right now, and that should complete that side for my farmer's fields. You can see back here across the tracks, I've got my canola in. So there's my field of canola. And around here, there's not much changed on the farm. Cows are still there. This is one of Bob Lacey's trees from California there, through Long Shadows Trees. Really happy with the way they turned out. I've got half dozen of them or so here that he sent me, and they look really great. We'll go over across the layout and I'll show you some more of those. I'll have to excuse the camera shaking, I'm going handheld today. So back in here you can see there's some more of Bob Lacey's trees, and I think they look pretty good. They've added some depth to that valley, and I plan on getting some more here in the fall. So I'm pretty happy with them. Something else I've added is a little bit of wildlife. You look over here in this corner, there's a moose. I've added a few moose. So there's one there. We got one up here on this ridge. And then over here, there's one along that creek and behind Mom Pod's campsite. Maybe I have too many moose. Some people would say I don't have enough, but there's moose on the layout. So that's about it for updates, really, for actually doing stuff. It's been a quiet summer here, and I've just been fooling around with things like different types of materials to use for fencing like that, or different types of utility poles, trying out different things, seeing what I like. And then I've got some fencing in there that I've been playing with. So I mean, that's it's kind of what I'm doing, just playing around a little bit, not committing myself to too much in the middle of the summer, just, you know, wrapping up details one thing at a time. So I still have a big long list. If you look over here on my board, big long list of things to do left, you know. Want to put some lighting up, you know, every one of those buildings should have lighting in it. Would like to get a couple light poles up, get that all wired up. That's my big fall project. Get my ballast finished, get a guardrail up on that woods road, you know. So that's all for really additions. I just been doing I put down some more ground scenery, but you can't really notice. It just added a little more depth to the colors and stuff, but I just been playing with stuff here a little bit, trying to see if I can tweak the looks a bit. Something else I want to do this fall is acquire an airbrush and add some dimension to these trees there that I got from China. They're all exactly the same color. So airbrush is on my list of things to acquire, as well as a static grass machine. So once I get those two things, I think I'm going to add a little more depth to my colors in my trees and add a little more depth to my scenery on the ground. And it'll look better too when I get that ballast finished there on that corner. Here's the layout room. If we come in through the entrance, this is what you see. On the right and the back side is the layout, and it's mounted on 2 hollow core doors, and it's got, you know, it's 1-inch foam insulation, the typical what you'd use, and that's glued to those doors. And those doors are resting on a 2x4 frame, and that frame is resting on 2 collapsible tables, the kind that fold up. So the frame gives you space to run your wiring underneath, okay, because you have to have a gap there to run your wiring. And it can also be changed so you can put your switches and stuff. You need to raise it up a lot more, but it gives you a gap in between your table and your layout to do your wiring and stuff. And then on the front there I have some board. It's kind of like an advertising board, the same kind they use for your, you know, posters, poster board and stuff. It's a little plastic, you know, but it gives me something to cover up the legs and stuff like that, and the gap where the wiring is. And then you can see over here we have a shelf with a bunch of train stuff on it. All my, you know, paints and scenery, landscaping stuff. More trains on that windowsill. Too many trains, but is there such a thing? TV, tripod, computer desk, organization board, helps me. Some supplies there, and this is where I do my painting and cutting and stuff. And then I have my chairs for running trains in. So I mean, it's a real small room. It's real small, like real small. But I've got a layout in there, and I think it looks pretty good. I like the way it works. Would I do it on the doors again like that? It worked out well the first time. That thing is pretty level. I haven't had any issues with my track being not flat. I haven't had any issues with grades. It hasn't warped or anything like that. So, you know, for the first time that I've done it, I think putting it on those 2 doors kind of solved a lot of headaches for me. Especially with the flex track, it really gave you a level surface to work on. So, you know, I don't think it's a bad idea to build your layout on doors, especially if you're not going to move it too much. When I do move this, there's a seam right down there I can remove. I was light on the scenery right over the seam, so it should move without any issue, and it should just take me a week or 2 to get it back together. Now, my next layout won't be on these. My next layout is going to be on portable modules. That's what that wood's for. So me and my buddy, he's a trained guy, I work with him, and he's been doing HO scale for years. I've kind of put the N scale bug into him, and we're going to build some N scale modules. We haven't really picked too much of a theme yet, but we're going to build some modules this fall, probably half dozen or so to start, and maybe build a switching layout that we can take to shows. So we're still at the very beginning stages of that. We're trying to figure out what air we want to do, and if we're going to use Digitrax or NCE or what we're going to do. So we're still very much just building the modules, so we haven't really dwelled too much on what else we're doing. So that'll take me away from this a little bit, but that's okay, because this really, if I hit it hard for a month, it would be done. So I don't really want to stop doing train stuff, so with my limited space, modules is the way to go now. So that's all we're doing, and then when I get things finished all together, I am going to redo those hillsides and try and make them more realistic. But anyways, that's it for now. Not really a lot updating going on, sorry for the shaky camera there, but it is what it is. I'm just happy to get another video out. Say hi to everybody. I've been watching your videos. I appreciate the comments on my videos there, and I have a lot of comments on my 1 year video, and I sure appreciate those. I'm glad to try and get a video out again. Hopefully this works, and I have plans to do some more videos here in the near future. Better ones. This one's just a quick update. Very shaky, I know, but just want to let you guys know I'm still doing stuff and show you what's been going on, and have a little chat, I guess. So the next videos I do will probably be a little more professional, or organized at least, but this one I just wanted to get out and show people what was going on. So thanks for watching, guys. I sure appreciate the comments and the support, and I enjoy watching all the videos on YouTube, so keep them up, and hopefully we'll get some big progress going on this fall. Take care, guys.